Welcome in and thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. If you thought the issue of those 4 books debated by a school board committee who then decided to return them to the shelves of libraries was over, well, guess again. Former County Councilman Mike Covert says he's likely to appeal that decision to the entire school board, saying about the reinstated books, if they were foul enough then, they're foul enough now. The board has 2 weeks after Covert files his appeal to then make a decision. The book review committees are already reviewing the next 4 books on that list of 97 question titles. With a lot already on its plate, the Beaufort County School Board now taking on the question of maybe trying to get its most experienced, most highly paid teachers into the schools with the poorest children, according to the Island Packet. Right now, the salary numbers of the different county schools aren't really all that much different, but the school board's finance committee is beginning an analysis to see if the highest paid teachers might just help more in the lowest achievement schools, or does it even matter? Currently, the highest paid faculty teaches at Mossy Oaks Elementary, where one of the highest poverty rates exists, but the second highest paid teachers are at Hilton Head Elementary, where there is less poverty. Turns out both schools received an average grade on the state's report card. Some research to be done there. Doesn't sound like good news for those of you who live close to MCAS Beaufort. 28 separate sites around the air station have been found to have groundwater tainted by what are called PFAs, polyfluoroalkyls, that have been used since the 1950s in firefighting foams, food packaging, and nonstick cookware. Some of the homes have been hooked up to the Beaufort Jasper Water and Sewer Authority since, but 115 private wells are also going to be tested before long-term cleanup efforts begin. Short-term, portable and bottled fresh water will likely be the answer for affected residents. The EPA is now investigating almost 150 sites around the country near military installations. They have found problems at more than a dozen other bases as well. We're still more than a month away from the scheduled start of the Alec Murdaugh murder trial, but both sides are already staking their claims on where their efforts are headed. Prosecutors leaning on Murdaugh's desperation in the face of the exposure of his financial misdeeds. Murdaugh's defense is going to attack in the investigators' mishandling of Murdaugh's blood-spattered T-shirt that has since been destroyed. A couple of things we can count on now. Prosecutors have been ordered to give the defense all of the relevant information they have on the blood spatters. And by the way, that painting of Murdaugh's grandfather that's hanging in the courtroom and has been for years will be taken down during the trial. Both sides have been told to present briefs on the issue of Murdaugh's motive before Christmas. You know, we never talk enough about the heroics of our first responders. Last Friday afternoon, Burton firefighters saved the 5 dogs of a family that had to flee its burning home on Broad River Boulevard. The family told rescuers where the dogs liked to hide, and the 2 that they were found, the 2 that needed extra help got it from respirators and pet oxygen masks that had been provided to EMS crews over the years through the Project Breathe back in 2019. For more information on these and other Lowcountry stories, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. The weather, as we get closer to Christmas, starting to feel a little bit more like Christmas. Maria Soden with the forecast for the week.
Thanks, Bob. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're going to see some cooler weather this week, and we are going to see some rain later in the week. But taking a look at Tuesday, it's going to be partly cloudy, with Hilton having a high 56, a low 47. Bluffton's going to have a high 57, a low 43, and Beaufort's going to have a high 58 and a low 42. The sunrise for Tuesday is going to be at 7:15, and sunset's going to be at 5:19. Taking a look at the beach tides, high tide's going to be at 12:33 p.m., and low tide's going to be at 8 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week, Wednesday it's going to be cloudy with highs in the 60s and lows in the 50s and 40s. Come Thursday, you're going to want to remember to pack an umbrella. We're going to see a 96% chance of rain with highs in the upper 60s and lows in the 50s. And then come Friday, it's going to be sunny, but we are going to see a drop in temperature again, and the highs are going to be back in the 50s and lows in the 40s. That's it for today. Let's get back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. Coming up, we're going to talk a little sports with Justin Jarrett. We're also, though, going to talk about a very special Christmas for one family north of the Broad and maybe a very special Christmas for a whole lot of kids here in the Lowcountry. Stay with us.